Tokozani, peace and greetings, everyone. Today I am here with Iya Ife Michelle, and we are going to be discussing her role in Afrikan Mysteries School. I'm so happy to have you here. Thank you for joining me today. And yeah, let's just jump right in to the questions. If you could just tell us just a little bit about yourself and your path into Lukumi and how you came in contact with the Orishas.
Yeah, so hello everyone. My name's Ife Michelle, or Iya Otaniwe. I am an Olorisha. I'm also a licensed clinical social worker and a certified holistic life coach. Um, and I'm a medium and I'm a mom. And I'm really happy to be here. Thank you so much for this opportunity. I'm really excited about these classes. So I was born and raised in St. Croix in U.S. Virgin Islands. I currently live in Virginia Beach. And I was initiated 12 years ago in Cuba. But I've actually been on this journey for about 22 years. So it's been a while. And Egun and Orisha truly have been my blessing. And so, my passion has been to be able to really hold space for individuals as they discover their, their journeys, as they remember their power, as they remove the barriers and embrace and heal and evolve and eventually live in their truth. And so in doing so, my passion is also with holding space for others as they do so with their Ori, with Orisha, with spirit, and with their ancestors. So a little bit about myself.
Thank you. Thank you so much. And so you just mentioned working with Ori and Orisha, Egun, Orisha. I know that that's part of what your 6-week course is going to be about. Can you tell us just a little bit about more what you're going to be offering in Afrikan Mystery School?
Yes, absolutely. So the focus is going to be on, as I mentioned, on healing, which is my passion. And so it'll be healing through Egun, which are ancestors, healing through our Oris, healing through Orisha, and healing through spirit. Okay, and so the first class, it's a series of 6 classes. And the first class is going to be focused on Ori and destiny. And that basically is understanding the Ori in manifesting our destiny and our purpose. Okay. The second class will be on ancestral healing, learning ways to engage with our ancestors and to heal our ancestors, heal ourselves, and heal our descendants. Okay. The third class will be understanding messages from spirit, in which we will focus on ways to understand and to decipher the messages that come from spirit. And then we'll have a class on Elegua, and the focus will be the role of Elegua in Osogbo. And Osogbo is basically challenges. Okay, so learning about Elegua, the Orisha Elegua, and his role in Osogbo and Ire, which are blessings. And then we will talk about healing with Oshun, learning about Oshun, how to tap into the energy of Oshun and utilize her healing energy as well. And then the final class will be spirituality within mental illness. And in that class, we will uncover the connection between spirituality and mental illness. So those would be the six classes.
Oh my, I'm really excited to participate in your classes. For me, mental health and spirituality has been a very big piece. And
Right.
we had talked about, that's part of the reason why I want to go back to school, to be able to bridge, that gap, because it's such a fine line between, mental illness and even having a spiritual calling, and how to navigate,
Right.
between those two worlds, because it could be, it's a very fine line. And at one minute it can be, you having a mental break, and one point it could be like it's a, a new birthing of a new spirit. In our tradition, Ubungoma, your mental health plays a big part of the process at times, because it's almost like um, the merging of two entities trying to come into one vessel,
Right.
you know, at the same time. And so it's different times. It can be feeling like you're completely losing your mind, you know, because in a sense you are losing your mind and gaining your mind. Yeah.
Absolutely. So that definitely is one of my passions, especially since by profession, as I mentioned, I'm a licensed clinical social worker. So being a licensed clinical social worker and a priest, I've been able to sort of see mental health from both perspectives, which I think has helped me tremendously. And I think it's something that's so important for us to talk about, right? And to learn about, because a lot of times what is diagnosed as a mental condition in some cases may actually be spiritual gifts that are misunderstood. And so there's so many perspectives to dealing with what people may consider to be mental illness that I find we don't necessarily access. And so that's one of the reasons why, for me, utilizing Egun and Ori and Orisha and spirit in terms of healing is so important. So
yes. So I'm just feeling called. I'm hearing spirit say to ask you this. This wasn't a planned question.
Yeah.
But in regards to those of us, you know, in the diaspora whose ancestors have, you know, went through Ma'afa, and so there's that term of post-traumatic slave disorder or syndrome. How does that tie into kind of like the classes and the teachings that you're going to bring, especially being that you are a licensed clinical social worker? You understand both of those worlds, and
yeah, absolutely. I think it definitely plays a role, and those things will also be addressed through the Ori class and also the ancestral class, because even if we are not aware of what we may carry, right, in our physical beings, our connections through our ancestors still play a very significant role in terms of the trauma and the sometimes latent traumas that may be triggered and that are frequently triggered, right? And then how do we manage these also, again, from a place of working with our Ori or working with our ancestors. And so it definitely is a very important piece in being able to not only heal them, but to also heal ourselves. And as I mentioned, healing our descendants. So.
Yes, I definitely look forward to being a part of your classes and learning more about the Orisha. Before I even knew what a Sangoma was, Orisha were coming into my life, and they're still very present in my life, and still on the journey of learning about them, especially those of us from the diaspora who are just so mixed,
right,
with all of these different things in us, you know. Sometimes we're pulled to so many different things. Part of the reason why I wanted to create Afrikan Mysteries School, because sometimes people make it seem like we have to choose one or the other, when really we're a makeup of all of those things. And it's important for us to learn and understand these unique aspects of ourselves and how they show up in ourselves. So I'm very excited to sit at your feet and learn from you over the 6 weeks when it's your turn to be teaching.
Yes. Very excited. Yes, absolutely.
Yeah. So just one more question. Being that you are a priestess and you've gone through different initiations and rites of passage, I wanted to get your take on the benefits of going through rites of passage and initiation, and also what advice would you have for the potential initiates of Afrikan Mystery School in their rites of passage that they'll be taking with us over the 9 months.
So in terms of rites of passage and and the journey that one takes, I think it's so important to trust in spirit, to trust in spirit, to trust in your ancestors, to allow them to guide you, to give them the space to be able to guide you, to surrender, and to be open to the guidance of spirit, I think is an important piece in terms of, really being able to follow our distinct journeys, right? Because as you mentioned, our journeys are very distinct. And there might be individuals along the way that can help us, right? And that can help to guide us. But at the end of the day, it's our journey. And so there has to be a level of, just in terms of acceptance and accepting our truth. And so in terms of folks who are interested in taking our classes, I would say definitely follow your heart, follow your spirit, follow your ori, and know that you're being guided once again, and that your soul desires more, and this is an opportunity for you to receive that which you need. I think these courses are definitely going to provide the guidance and the support that's so needed at this time. So
Yes.
definitely a wonderful opportunity.
Yes, I agree. We have teachers from Ubungoma, from the Lukumi tradition, from Voodoo. So, these are all mysteries that a lot of us, right now, with social media, and people, really stepping into their spirituality, especially African spirituality. It's important to learn from
I don't hear you.
me now.
Okay, I can hear you now, yes.
Okay, great. In Ubungoma, in order to guide someone through a process, you have to have gone through that yourself. In order to lead people to the light, you have to go through your own period of darkness, to find your way through. So I'm very excited to bring each of you on this platform, Afrikan Mysteries School, and provide this to all of our potential initiates and students. So thank you so much for taking time to share with us about your journey and what you're going to be offering. And I look forward to seeing you in classes when you start.
Yes, thank you. Thank you so much.
My course.
Okay.